So let's lie down, get comfy, find a quiet spot. If you can, put something gently over your eyes. It's always a nice way to help a little bit. And we're going to take some deep breaths and we're going to revisit where we were. So let's go back to that little warm little cliff area overlooking the ocean where we were seeing the night sky, the moon shining off of the clouds. So let's go back there and let's take 3 deep breaths together. So let's go. And on the last one, just let your whole body sink and relax. Any places that you're feeling tension or anxiety or pressure, just breathe that out of the next and final breath that we take together. All right. So we're going to do another quick little body scan to try to relax our body a bit. So let's imagine that sparkly moon and the waves that are sparkling in the distance are the color that is gently just almost like massaging, like the way that light hits waves, that kind of like that's what's happening, just all on your body, this really relaxing kind of thought, I guess, feeling. So let's go from the top of the head, just this gentle color, flickering color of white on water, white moonlight on water. From the crown of our head, over our forehead, and your face. And it's relaxing you as it goes, like a little massage. And over your mouth and your jaw, like this, little fingertips pattering, sparkling waves. And relax your tongue and your mouth and your throat. Little pattering over your shoulders and your chest. Let those sink into the earth and down over the arms. This little pattering onto your hands. Let your hands sink into the earth from your elbows all the way to your hands. And down over your chest and your belly. Let your hips sink down into the earth and pattering over your legs and your thighs. And let your knees sink into the earth and pattering over your legs, your shins, your ankles, your feet, and your toes. And now imagine that little feeling is all entirely over your body, this gentle little massage of sparkling waves. And relax. So it's still nighttime in this little zone we have. And we're going to sit up and look back at this beautiful, amazing ocean view. And it's in the night. It's midnight, maybe you're a bit later. The blue color of the ocean and the white clouds and the moon. And you stand up and you stretch your arms over your head. And you begin to walk again on this trail that you were on before. We didn't go very far last time. We kind of stayed in a pretty chill zone. We're not going to go too far tonight either. But you see in the distance, a little ways ahead, that there's something that is coming into the path. It's actually on the path. It's right on the path. And you can't tell exactly what it is because it's quite dark out. But the moon is shining and you can see that there's some extreme shapes in it. It's very, very big. So we walk towards that. And the ocean is on our right, and you can hear the waves way down in the distance that are kind of breaking over the rocks and over the shore. The quiet of the night, there's crickets in the trees. And then all of a sudden you see a little firefly come out, and another one. And then lots of little fireflies, like little stars in the sky in front of you, like you're standing in a galaxy. And then they come and they surround you and they fly away and into the trees. And you can see them sparkling way up in the trees. And it looks like you're on another planet. It's so amazing. And you walk towards this shape, this figure. And as you come closer and closer to it, you realize that it's a tree that's in the path. And it's a different kind of tree than the one that all of the fireflies are in. But this has also fireflies in it. It's also sparkling. And as you get closer, all of the clouds that were kind of in front of the moon at different times have now cleared away, and you have a very, very bright, clear sky. And the moon is shining on this tree, and you get closer and closer. You look at the ocean again as you're walking on the path, watching the fireflies, and then you come to the tree. And the tree is an old olive tree. Olive trees are amazing. They are incredibly resilient. They have lived for 3,000 years. There's one tree, the oldest olive tree in the world, is in Crete. It's in Greece. And it's thought to be between 2,000 and 3,000 years old. And it still gives olives. It's so generous. For 2,000 years, it's been giving fruit. And olive trees are amazing. As they grow older, they get more and more twisted. It takes 100 years for the first twisting of the trunk of the olive tree. And you look at this trunk and it's twisted and gnarled and it's wide. It's wider than the path. It takes up more space than the path. And you look at all of those twists and you think about how each of those twists is like a lesson in life. Something that's happened to you, a challenge or a change. Each twist and each change that has happened in that is like each change that happens in you. And it's beautiful. And there's all these beautiful little light green leaves. And there's so many olives on them, on the tree. And you take one olive and you pull it off. and it snaps back a bit. It takes a little effort to get it off. And you hold the olive in your hand and think about how all of the experiences that you have still can grow into this fruit that can be the lessons that you learn from those experiences. That every change and challenge still grows something from it, something beautiful. And you take that olive and you throw it over the cliff and falls into the sea. You hear it in the distance somehow. And you know that that's you connecting to the ocean. It's your connection. And you touch the trunk of the olive tree and feel each different texture and each angle and each shape. It's so complicated. Just how we're so complicated. The way that we grow is so amazing and changing constantly. It's wild to think about how something that's 2,000 years old, these trees can once have been just a seed, just a little olive grew to be something so old. It's wild, and resiliently lived through so many things that tried to take it down. And that's like us. We can be resilient too. And you'd go all the way around the olive tree with your fingers on the trunk. And you take it in, and all of the fireflies in the branches are sparkling, and it looks like the stars are in the trees. It's so beautiful. It makes you want to cry. And you look up, and the sun is slowly beginning to show a tiny amount of color on the horizon. We can continue on this path into the forest, or we can choose our own adventure a little bit. I kind of want to know where you all want to go. Should we go down to the beach? Or should we continue on the path? Or should we go into the olive grove eucalyptus forest? So I'm going to let you write in here when you're done with the meditation, and we will begin the choose your own adventure segments of these meditations, which I think is going to be fun. So you find another spot, this time lying down beneath the olive tree, and you're looking up into the branches and into the fireflies, and your head is near the trunk of the tree. And you want to keep your eyes open to watch that as we let a release of our little sparkly waves come in and out of feeling in our body, just a calm little massage of our emotions. And let's take a couple deep breaths. So let's take one together here. You can smell the bark of the trunk. And you can smell the leaves, those pale green leaves. You can smell that. It fills up your whole sense. And you can smell the ocean. And you can feel the grass beneath you. And some of the roots come around your shoulders and hold you in kind of a hug, a little hug sleep. And you can hear the waves and the crickets. deep breath together. All right, I will see you tomorrow, and I will let you know where we venture towards. It looks like it might be the beach. We'll see. Okay, lots of love and olive tree hugs. See you next time.